I think it's time for Ted Cruz to take over the lead role in the repeal and replace of Obamacare. Hey, everybody, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on NewsTalk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO in Lubbock, Texas. And if you're watching this on YouTube, which, well, of course you are, you can watch my radio program right here on YouTube from 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. We're still working out a few bugs, so give us some time, but go ahead, stop by, watch, and chat with us there in the chat box from 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time here on YouTube. Well, as you have probably heard, the repeal and replace efforts are pretty much dead within Congress. However, President Trump meeting with members of the Senate on Wednesday afternoon, and all of a sudden, at least senators are going to continue to talk a little bit about repealing and replacing Obamacare. But the good news of the day, and the reason why I said, and the reason why you're watching this video with the title up above, is because I think Ted Cruz needs to take over the lead role. Mitch McConnell has proved that he can't do anything when it comes to repeal and replace. He didn't get very far. Ted Cruz, at least, according to the HHS scoring system, has a pretty good plan on the table. This headline from Politico, Cruz amendment would drive down premiums. Health Human Services analysis says Ted Cruz's proposal to let insurers sell plans that don't comply with Obamacare regulations appears to back up the Texas Republicans' claim that the idea would lower premiums across the individual insurance market. Now, Politico does say, we may not be able to trust this whole thing. Now, of course, Politico's ready to believe whatever the CBO says, even though the CBO is wrong about Obamacare, but they don't want to say that. They want to go after what the HHS says. Okay, so here's what Politico writes. The internal report relies heavily on so-called proprietary models that offer little insight into its calculations, raising immediate concerns about how the agency came to its conclusions. I often feel the same way about the CBO. How exactly did you come to those conclusions, and why does anyone believe you? The analysis purports that the amendment offered by Senator Cruz would slash premiums. Now listen to this. Cruz's amendment, according to HHS, would slash premiums for certain Obamacare enrollees by 2020. It would even save more for consumers who opt for the cheaper no-frills insurance packages. HHS also found the amendment would boost enrollment. Hello, Democrats. You love hearing this. You want more people covered. Guess what? Cruz's amendment would do that. It would boost enrollment by as much as 16.1 million people by 2024, which is actually better than Obamacare's 14 million people projected on the top line of Obamacare. Its conclusions on the Cruz proposal effect on premiums are derived by comparing the cost for a 47-year-old to a 40-year-old under a scenario that taxed Cruz's amendment onto Obamacare. Politico says that's apples and oranges, but 40-year-old, 47-year-old may have similar plans. Also, they say that the projections for the deregulated, non-compliant plans assume that those products would come with a sky-high $12,000 deductible, as well as a $12,000 limit on out-of-pocket cost. Listen, Cruz's proposal is not perfect, but nobody's proposal is going to be perfect. Nobody's plan is perfect at all. The only way you're going to think it's perfect is if you are indeed for a single-payer system, and everyone agree, the Republicans and Democrats all of a sudden agree we need a single-payer system. Then you'll think it's perfect, and trust me, it won't be. Cruz's proposal here, it was mocked and laughed at and opposed by a lot of Republicans, but it lowers premiums, according to HHS, and it increases the amount of people who would be covered under an insurance plan, which was at least the stated goal of Obamacare. This is why I say Ted Cruz maybe needs to be put in charge of this whole repeal and replace effort. Mitch McConnell wasn't able to get the votes. Mitch McConnell wasn't able to push the ball across the goal, if you will. Ted Cruz at least has come up with a proposal that would save people money, and it would increase the amount of people being covered by an insurance plan. Now, I'm all for the government completely getting out of health insurance, but it ain't going to happen. Instead, we need to look at solutions, and so far, Ted Cruz has offered a much better solution than really anyone else in the U.S. Senate has been able to offer. What do you think? Should Ted Cruz take it over, or should Mitch McConnell continue to take the lead role when it comes to the repeal and replace effort in the Senate? I'm going to roll the dice, and I'm going to say it should be Cruz, but we all know it'll be Mitch McConnell who will screw things up. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. NewsTalk, 95.1 FM, 790 a.m. KFYO. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube page so that way you'll know when the show goes live right here on YouTube, and you can watch and interact with the show. Have a great day. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. We'll talk later.